Doing More is brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking, it's better. Feeding San Diego, ending hunger through food rescue. And Procopio, San Diego's largest law firm, committed to community, representing San Diegans for more than 75 years.
Welcome to Doing More. I'm Erica Cardenas. We're celebrating National Native American Heritage Month here at the Heard Museum in Phoenix, Arizona. It's a museum filled with the beauty of Native American art and history. November is a month of giving thanks and a time when we honor our veterans for their service and sacrifice. It's also a time when we honor and pay tribute to our Native American servicemen and women through the celebration of National Native American Heritage Month. It's a time we celebrate our Indigenous people past and present and rededicate ourselves to honoring tribal sovereignty, promoting tribal self-determination, and upholding the United States solemn trust and treaty responsibilities to tribal nations. And it's a time when we celebrate rich and diverse cultures, traditions, and histories, and to acknowledge the important contributions of Native Americans. As we also celebrate Veterans Day, behind me is the Heard Museum's American Indian Veterans National Memorial, which honors American Indian veterans. We also had a chance to tour the Heard Museum to learn more about its mission, its history, and its beautiful exhibits. Take a look.
The Heard Museum was founded in December 26, 1929 by Dwight and May Bartlett Heard. The mission of the Heard Museum is to be the world's preeminent museum for the presentation, interpretation, and advancement of American Indian art, emphasizing its intersection with broader artistic and cultural themes. We have 3 signature exhibitions here at the Heard Museum. The one that we're standing at the entrance of is Home. Home is a survey of cultures that live in the Southwest. We also have Away from Home, American Indian boarding school stories, which is up on our 2nd floor. So it tells a very important story of when American Indian children were removed from their homes, mostly forcibly in the beginning, and taken to various boarding schools across the country. We have a brand new long-term exhibition titled Substance of Stars. Substance of Stars is a multisensory experience that takes visitors on a storytelling journey with 4 distinct communities, the Haudenosaunee, Yupik, Diné, and Akimel Atam, as artists share their unique perspectives, stories, and experiences through art, installation pieces, textiles, sculptures, and poetry. Substance of Stars features a 360-degree theater experience called the Sky Dome, where visitors can journey through Indigenous homelands and into the stars with digital technology. On campus, we have the cafe. We have a bookstore, which sells books and little gifts. Every year we have the hoop dance, which usually takes place in February, and that happens on our grounds in the amphitheater. So visitors get to sit along the grass, and then down at the bottom of the amphitheater is where the performers perform. And this is like a worldwide competition. You know, we get so many visitors enjoying hoop dance and the music. In March, we have the Heard Guild Indian Fair and Market. The whole parking lot on the Heard Museum campus is filled with tents, and every single one of those tents has Native artists selling their art. When we present our exhibitions, we take a lot of time and effort to include the first-person voice. So if there is an artist that is willing to share his or her stories with us, we try to include that as much as possible into the labels or the explanation or the overall theme of presenting the exhibition. So we're working very hard to keep our exhibitions, I think, relevant and meaningful to the people that we're presenting. The Heard Museum is important to me because it's one of those rare places that present Indigenous cultures and Indigenous arts, and in a way that is respectful to those groups.
Every year, the Herd Museum hosts its annual World Championship Hoop Dance Contest, drawing thousands of visitors who enjoy watching dancers from all tribal nations throughout the United States and Canada. Blending cultural expression and precision dancing, they compete for the highest honor of being the world's greatest hoop dancer. The World Championship Hoop Dance Contest happens in February each year. For more information, go to herd.org. I'll be back with more on Doing More right after this. Welcome back to Doing More, where we shine a light on the good things happening in our communities. We're here at the Herd Museum celebrating National Native American Heritage Month. We visited Shelter to Soldier in the Barnes Firm, where we caught up with Barney, a psychiatric rescue service dog who is ready to share love and comfort with a fellow military veteran.
At Shelter to Soldier, being a private nonprofit, we rely on the community, individuals, entities, organizations, and companies to support our mission. Thankfully, we have sponsors like the Barnes Firm that get behind us.
My late brother Steve Barnes, first had our firm get involved in the sponsorship program. Steve was a Marine combat veteran. My dad was a World War II combat veteran. So we come from a family where we understand the difficulties that many of our veterans face when they come back into civilian life. And this program just seemed like the perfect fit.
They've actually sponsored 3 dogs, one of them being our pal Barney, rescued out of a shelter, believe it or not. And he was named after the late Steve Barnes, which brings a lot of personal meaning to the team at the Barnes Firm.
Today we're catching up with Barney. First session I typically pull him and we're doing what we call 2-ball. Go boys, ready? We're working on getting some energy out. Throw. And he just gets to run around and play ball. Come on. Throw. He loves to play ball. Good boys, done. Throw. Thank you, sit. Good. Then we move on to training. Heel. He's gotten some energy out, so I always start with his basic obedience. That's a good boy. Sit. And then once we're comfortable in his training mood, we start working on his task cues that they use for the veterans. Good boy. Center. Here you go.
They usually are with us for 12 to 18 months of training in total. 6 to 9 months of that is weekly sessions with their veteran once they're matched, so that we can hand over all of the proper training to their veteran in order to make them successful handlers. Barney is going to be out and about. We're going to see him at Oceanside Pier, so we can see where he's at with his task work and his public access training.
You. Good boy. Good boy, bud.
Wait.
He is now in our matching phase of our program. He is meeting eligible veterans in what we call speed dating.
How's it going?
So we have just recently approved 5 new veterans for our program. So Barney will be meeting every single one of them to see if he is the perfect match for them.
Barney's perfect date would be a nice long walk on the beach, especially if there's a ball involved that he can chase. And then he would like to end the night with a nice dinner with his veteran.
We got to find the right person for the right dog.
The Barnes Firm is a proud supporter of Shelter to Soldier and their efforts to pair post 9/11 combat veterans with trained rescue dogs to help them both move forward. Call the Barnes Firm now at 1-800-8-million. While I enjoy my hot cup of coffee from the Herd Museum Courtyard Cafe, check out Alzheimer's San Diego, who's providing care to individuals and caregivers living with Alzheimer's.
Every year we have our Walk for Alls. It takes place in October in Balboa Park. We love that day not only because it is our largest fundraiser of the year, which is so important, but also because it is such a large gathering of people. We've had as many as 3,000 people join us for the walk.
It's kind of a fun day. You get out into the nice weather and you're with a bunch of dedicated people that are just trying to promote the cause.
We're with other people that know what we went through and we know what they're going through, and it makes a big difference.
Alzheimer's can be very isolating, but when you're in a group of people who really understand and accept what might be happening, it's really a great sense of kinship and just kindness and community. It's a great day. We set up early in the morning in Balboa Park. We'll have water and a few snacks available for people. Celebrate those who are our largest fundraisers and have made the largest impact, but truly every person there makes a big impact. Alzheimer's San Diego is a 100% local organization to support the people in San Diego County living with dementia and those who help to care for them.
Alzheimer San Diego really provides so many services, and they're all free of charge.
We provide education classes. It could be anything from our Dementia 101 all the way to education helping families to deal with the late stages of Alzheimer's and dementia.
There are a lot of coping strategies and ways of dealing with stuff that aren't intuitive, and you'd never figure them out on your own.
They can figure out what you need and link you up with the resources that you might need. What that did for me was made me be able to cope better with the disease and know what to do to help my mother.
The most recent county numbers we have tell us that there are nearly 100,000 people in San Diego County that have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia, and that's up from just 84,000 just 2 or 3 years ago. So that's a pretty big jump. Whereas there is not much right now in the way of treatment, and certainly there's no cure, the sooner you can get a diagnosis, the more opportunity you have to help yourself along the way.
The best advice I could give is to take advantage of the help that's out there.
You don't have to face this all alone. And Alzheimer's San Diego is there to provide all the help and support that you need to be able to cope with this disease.
Every dollar we raise stays in San Diego County to help our own neighbors who are dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia. We would love to have a bunch of new people get involved with the walk, and if you can't come out that day, you could certainly support one of the teams or just the organization through a donation. The best way to do that is to go to our website, alzsd.org. You can find out all the information about our walk as well as how to make a general donation to Alzheimer's San Diego.
Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Doing More is brought to you by The Barnes Firm. Car crash? Call The Barnes Firm now at 1-800-8-million. And Alzheimer's San Diego. Are you or someone you love living with dementia? Get free support from the experts at Alzheimer's San Diego. Visit alzsd.org or call 858-492-4400.
Welcome back to Doing More. I'm Erica Cardenas. We're celebrating National Native American Heritage Month here at the Heard Museum, where I'm just outside of the museum's new exhibit, The Substance of Stars. Substance of Stars is a multi-sensory experience that takes visitors on a storytelling journey with 4 distinct communities. The Haudenosaunee, Yupik, Dene, and Akimel O'odham as artists share their unique perspectives, stories, and experiences through art, installation pieces, textiles, sculptures, and poetry. Substance of Stars features a 360-degree theater experience called the Sky Dome, where visitors can journey through indigenous homelands and into the stars with digital technology. For more information on the Heard Museum's Substance of Stars, go to heard.org. We visited PNC Bank as they joined Surf Soccer Family and provided soccer scholarships to inspiring youth. Take a look.
Surf Soccer has been around for over 30 years. We're based here in San Diego, but we are the premier national youth sports brand in soccer. Our mission is to create experiences and opportunities for kids, and we do that here mostly in San Diego with our 1,000 kids, but we also do it through our events where we really help kids chase their dreams.
PNC Bank's sponsorship helps the kids here in a couple of ways. One, it is to continue to help fund facilities like this where the kids can come play soccer. Two, it is really through our scholarship program. There are a lot of kids in San Diego that have incredible levels of talent, but they can't afford to play on a team like Surf. And so a lot of our sponsorship dollars go back into scholarships to give an opportunity for kids who are low to moderate income to play on one of the elite teams in the U.S.
You have teams from all over the world and specifically from all over the U.S. coming here to compete for the title of Best of the Best. And that also attracts most of the college coaches here in the country. So we have usually about 700 college coaches here at Surf looking to fill out their rosters. And then we have about 1,000 teams playing over 2 weekends.
We're out here today at the Surf Cup, and there's over 60,000 people that attend this tournament over a 2-day weekend. And so everyone from the border in Chula Vista to Oceanside who has kids that play soccer are playing soccer here at Del Mar and Oceanside these 2 weekends.
In the 30-year history of Surf Cup, we've actually only allowed 3 partners to partner with us and be next to our brand. We are incredibly picky about who we have next to our brand because we want to make sure they're mission aligned, right? PNC is literally one of the only people we've ever allowed to be in here as a sponsor because we know how committed they truly are to the community and how committed they truly are to kids.
We just felt like this would be the greatest impact to the community and to youth, and to get to be a part of that, right? To get to have our sponsorship dollars go into scholarships to help kids that can't afford to be on a premier club like this was something really special. We picked soccer here in San Diego because it is the most played sport for kids. You know, and you think about our environment, we've got sun 12 months out of the year. Kids play this sport around the clock. And so we felt like not only do we get this great chance to reach out across the community through this sport, but then our money goes to give back to help kids.
Having a partner like PNC who is community oriented and cares about the development of youth in the community is amazing because our missions are completely aligned and we're both driven by helping develop kids, and in this case through sport in San Diego.
It's exciting to be a part of Surf Soccer for PNC Bank, but this is not the end for us, it's just the beginning. We continue to look forward to investing back into youth, arts, and especially the military here. I mean, San Diego is a military town, and we are giant supporters of the men and women that fight for our freedom.
Take a look how Cox Communications celebrated the 2022 Cox Salute to Teachers event, where San Diego County teachers were recognized for their hard work and compassion.
The 2022 San Diego Cox Presents Salute to Teachers was an amazing evening, filled with great entertainment, food and drink, and mingling for the 40 nominated teachers. Only 5 educators would be selected as the San Diego County 2022-23 Teachers of the Year. But, as they say, it's really great just to be nominated.
It feels so wonderful to be nominated. It feels amazing.
The kids at school say, well, it's about time.
You know, it's one thing to be nominated for an award for your job, and it's a whole other incredible thing to be nominated for an award for this job.
Oh, it's incredible. I did not anticipate that this was going to happen, and it's been really fun and exciting.
The fact that there are 20,000 teachers in San Diego County, and to be considered and recognized as a Teacher of the Year in my own district in and of itself is quite an honor.
I never saw myself that I would be here, so it's an amazing experience and a great journey to be on.
It feels amazing. We work so hard as teachers and we're really doing what comes natural to us, and then to be recognized in this way is just beyond anything I could imagine.
Oh my gosh, being nominated is just overwhelming. It feels a little bit unreal. It's just still hard to comprehend sometimes.
I'm so honored and grateful to be nominated for Teacher of the Year.
Being nominated for Teacher of the Year is an extreme honor.
It's unreal to be here with all these amazing teachers.
I feel like what I'm doing is exactly what I was called to do. Having dedicated my life for 20 years to this career, I would say amazing.
It's humbling because I believe everyone at my school deserves a nomination.
I work alongside amazing teachers in Fallbrook, so it's quite a privilege to represent them.
I feel honored to be nominated Teacher of the Year. I am very grateful and thankful to all my teachers in San Isidro.
It's not just for me, it's for everybody out there that is being champions for kids.
You don't go into teaching to be recognized, so it's such a privilege. So I feel unbelievable to be nominated in this profession. I'm so lucky.
It's never been more important for this country to have a recognition of what teachers do. So I'm humbled, I'm honored, and I'm encouraged to speak on behalf of the students I have, who I think deserve a greater voice in the world.
Watch the full show at salutetoteachersSD.com.
We'll be back with more on Doing More right after this. Welcome back to Doing More, where we shine a light on the good things happening in our communities. We're here at the Heard Museum celebrating National Native American Heritage Month. Our final stop was at the Boys and Girls Club of the Valley Avondale Branch, where we had a chance to meet with former NFL Super Bowl champion Malcolm Mitchell, who shared the magic of literacy.
I grew up in South Georgia. I grew up in a single-parent household. I have an older brother, younger sister, and my mother. And we're very close, and my mother was the rock of our family. She kind of led by example. She taught us persistence, perseverance, and resilience. And through those lessons, I was able to overcome some of the challenges associated with poverty. I was able to go to the University of Georgia on an athletic scholarship where I played sport and I went to school. Later, I realized that the right way to look at that was I went to school and I just happened to play sports. I saw the NFL as a way for me to accomplish my goal, but also a way for me to help others. I was in college and I walked into a bookstore. Now this is around the same time I'm a projected draft pick, but I'm also going through this reading experience. And I say to myself, everyone wants to listen to athletes for some reason. Maybe I should give them something valuable to listen to. And I felt like reading was this profound experience that exposed me to new possibilities. When I created Share the Magic Foundation, I wanted to accomplish two things. One, I wanted to make sure that kids in under-resourced communities had access to books. Because I can yell read as much as I want, but if kids don't have age-appropriate books, then what are they supposed to read? The second part was communicating reading in a culturally relevant way where communities could understand the value of it. So I try to communicate the value of reading in a way for communities to understand and embrace, because it is truly a tool that will amplify every aspect of your life.
To succeed, you must read! Yay!
I want to thank the Heard Museum for helping us celebrate National Native American Heritage Month and for sharing the rich, beautiful Native American arts and culture. National Native American Heritage Month is a time to celebrate rich and diverse cultures, traditions, and histories, and to acknowledge the important contributions of Native American people. It's also a time of opportunity to educate yourselves about indigenous tribes, to raise general awareness about the unique challenges Native Americans have faced, both historically and in the present, and how tribal nations have worked hard to conquer these challenges through their resiliency and endurance. I'm Erica Cardenas. Thanks so much for joining me.